So, hello and welcome back to the Potted RV. My name is Constance, and today it's kind of an interesting one. It's the first video I've been able to record in over a month. My husband is a federal employee, and because of the nice little shutdown, I've been working 7 days a week in order to just keep the basics in my household. Um, I haven't even been able to get to the normal things I do in my garden. You'll notice that um, the windmill is not up right now. It's actually laying down because we've had a lot of wind through here. My husband had to lay it down over just past here. If I can, it's just past here. And that's just so that the wind wouldn't pick it up and carry it off. We've been getting some cold nights, so I've been having to look into dealing with that. The wind actually pushed most of these down. So I'm not left-handed, but I'm not right-handed, but this thing is designed to be over on the left side. It pushed a lot of these down. I actually need to come in and go ahead and cut them down, the ones that are not perennial, because they're fixing to be done. We're fixing to start having some really, really cold nights, and they're going to die anyways. And this last month has been really, really hard on my family. It's been a lot of stress. With my husband not receiving a paycheck at all, I'm grateful that we did move into our RV, because had we not done that, we would be in worse situations. It's just, nobody should have to go into work and not be paid. My husband actually is still required to go into work, but he hasn't been paid in over a month. And it's kind of ridiculous. It's one of those things. I don't care what anybody's politics are. I honestly think it's two wings of the same beast. I've always felt that way. It's two wings of the same beast arguing back and forth. It's just how I look at it. But nobody should be working for free. Nobody should be questioning whether or not they're going to be able to put food on the table. Just especially with small children in their household. And as most of you know, I do have a small child. So this has been really hard on me as a mother. This video is not going to be terribly long. I am going to walk you through basically what I have to do. I'm not sure, with as dark as it's getting already, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to really get in and do any of it right now on the video. I wish I could. I wanted to do this video about an hour ago. My husband got home later than he was intending to. So, really, my cat, she's over here being a pest. Because, that's what cats do. So let me go ahead, and I'm probably not going to do a lot of editing on this because, let's be honest, I don't have a lot of time anymore. The cat in her wondrous glory, the cat. All right, so I'm going to show you through. Now keep in mind, we had a really, really bad windstorm come through, so the herbs are not in the best condition. So I'm going to walk through into my horror. So this is the sweet basil. And as you can see, sweet basil, even knocked completely over, as long as you leave it alone, it'll continue to flower. And I didn't want to cut it back until it's completely just too cold and kills it off, because the bees are still depending on it right now. It's not gotten cold enough for them to hibernate. And that's the reason why I always let them go to flower. That's the Thai basil, and as you can see, is the worst this Thai basil has ever looked. I'm really going to have to get in there and cut it down. And if I can move this over. And that's the oregano. I'm actually going to do a lot of harvesting on that within the next day or two. And tonight I'll be doing some because I'm cooking spaghetti tonight, but I'll be doing a lot of harvesting on it because it's fixing to be too cold and it'll go into hibernation. And same with the thyme. Now, I'm going to be making chipotle sauce with some of these because they have reached the point where they are starting to redden. I apologize about the truck. There's not much I can do about how close I live to a road. But because some of these are starting to redden, I'm going to be doing chipotle sauce on them. This is my indicator that it is now reaching the point where it is cold enough that everything's going to start turning soon. This is my blueberry. This particular blueberry is, I can't think of the name of it right now off the top of my head, but they go dormant. And same with my blackberry next to it. They go dormant. And the fact that they're all changing color tells me that something cued those plants to say, nope, it's time. My roses, I'll be cutting all of the rose heads off. And because I know it's going to get cold, I decided to leave this one in particular so that I could show when it starts to get this cold, I go ahead and start cutting the rose buds too off because they will start taking massive damage and they're just not going to open as nice. And I'd rather the plant put the energy it needs instead of flowering down into other things. Now, I had a lot of problems with my strawberries towards the end of the season, but I do have this one strawberry that's holding on for dear life and is finally fine. So it'll probably come back next year. It's had a lot of time to root down. And this is my raspberry. It's actually one I'm really looking forward to next year. And then obviously roses. I have lots of roses here. So these right here are annuals. I can't think of the name of them off the top of my head. They're going to be pulled out once it goes cold. This was my ground cherries, and it's not. They never got big enough to pull cherries off of. This is the other blueberry, and it really hasn't started to turn, but it's going to, and I know it's going to soon. And this right here is my sweet potatoes. And one thing about sweet potatoes is this is about the time, and it looks like this when I go, okay, it's ready to pull. And I always pull the vines out first because it's just easier to clear it out. And I wanted to do this. So I have a little bit that it broke free. These are pretty tiny. We'll see in a second if it ever did. And it did well growing, but I don't know if it ever did. Now for my household, that's not bad because it's just me and my son that eat these. So there's a couple there. I'll set those over there. Now that's what you expect to see with sweet potatoes. So there's some really nice ones right there. Some really nice ones, actually. And now, this is a 20-inch pot, so that's for very nice sweet potatoes, and I haven't really gotten down to the rest of them. So, it's another one. It's a smaller one, but still very definitely edible. It's another one. That's a really small one. But I'm still feeling sweet potatoes in here. Yeah. And then another cluster here. I'm actually really happy with this. because I love sweet potatoes. My husband's not fond of them, but I love them. It's a small one. I don't think that one's worth bothering. This one is. And then, so, it's that cluster. Let's move these guys all over. So, it's actually just in that, and I know I haven't done this one yet. And then I can feel some more here. So, there's another one. And another one there. And another one. So, even if that's all of them, and I think that's probably all of them, that's still pretty large for such a small space. It's a very nice size harvest for such a small space. I'm quite pleased with that. Actually, really pleased with that. That was more than I expected to get, to be honest. And they're all really nice sized. Some of them are on the small side, but a sweet potato casserole doesn't care. So I'm really pleased with that. It's probably right in around 4 or 5 pounds of sweet potatoes from a 20-inch pot. So I'm going to come down here. These I haven't gotten to, so they've all started to turn. But I pulled so much from this plant, it wasn't funny. And was really, truly happy. Now, that right there in this area, that particular hibiscus is not a annual in this area. It's not a perennial in this area. It's an annual. So it's probably not going to come back for me, and that's fine. This is down here is the last of my very rough looking Tiny Tim tomatoes. Those are all going to be pulled for seed for next year. And I know for a fact that that's not going to produce any fruit. It has flowered, but that eggplant is not going to produce any fruit. The bugs got a hold of it so bad, and I wasn't prepared for the type of bugs in this area, so I paid a little bit of price with them. That's okay. The tomatoes, I'm actually really, really pleased with the size of these tomatoes. They came out to being a very nice size. There's quite a few of them on there. I'll be pulling them and making a sauce from them. These are the, let me move my fingers out of the way. So these are the Roma tomatoes, and they're pretty decent size. They're a little bit smaller than I would have liked, but that's okay. They'll still make a very good sauce. And then last but not least is my lonely mint plant, and it'll go dormant and then come back. That's just how mint behave. So I have some things that'll be in for, like, those are carrots. I'll have to thin them out here in a little while. They'll be okay. And I have a few small things in here that should pop up. There's still, what is that? Cabbage there, and then for whatever reason, and one lonely potato tried to come up, because that's what that is right there, is a potato. Everything else is just greens. I gotta pull the dead, I can't think of the name of that. It's a wild plant here in Oklahoma that gets thrown around a lot. About a mid-fall area is when it starts to go. So, in all honesty, I mean, it's been really, really neglected, and sadly, it's not pulling what I would have liked it to pull. But let me put this back up and get my cat to behave, because, she thinks she's got to be up in my face. So it's been very, very neglected. And the things that are really hardy have done okay. My husband has tried to keep up with what he can. To be honest, it hasn't been easy on anybody in my household. And I don't think it's been easy on anybody at all, period. With a shutdown that is quite so intense. I wish I could say I was going to be planting, but in all honesty, I'm not going to do a cold frame this year. I normally would do a cold frame and extend my fall season a bit. Right now I'm working 7 days a week, and until this shutdown ends, I'm still working 7 days a week just to keep food in my household. Food and gas in my husband's truck so that he can get back and forth to work, because in all honesty, he's required to go into work, but isn't being paid. And I'm curious as to why they would think they could still do that this long without an income coming in. It's kind of a sad thing. Anyway, I'm going to upload this just as it is, so it's not going to have my front or my back that I normally have. I figure a month is long enough. I've had several of my subscribers ask me if I quit YouTube. I have not. I do this for fun, and I did this particular YouTube channel entirely because I couldn't find another channel like it. I couldn't find anybody who did a small space garden in a wraparound setting like this in the climate I'm in. So it's my way of documenting my own gardening, but also for those of you that, want to know that it's possible, this is my way of being able to show you guys. It really is possible, at this point when it's being really, really neglected. Because it's being really, really neglected. Anyways, I really appreciate you guys that have stayed with me, even though I haven't been able to upload much. As soon as the shutdown is done and my household gets back to a semi-normal state of being, I still... No! Quit. You are so silly. I still intend to do a once a week recording, but I can't right now. I still plan on, like I said, if the shutdown ever comes to an end, at this point, it's driving me crazy. Sorry. If it does, I do still plan on doing the harvest video for the jalapenos, as well as doing the winterizing. I've got to do that, the winterizing anyways. Okay, enough. I don't have much of it. Okay, come here. Come here. Come here, Miss Boss Lady. Oh, why don't you say hi to the camera? Why don't you say hi to the camera? She's like, not a chance. She's my little angel. But she's also a very big butthead. No, I'm going to have to winterize no matter what anyways. So I'll be doing that video. And I don't know. I lost my train of thought with the cat. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you sticking with me through this. I really do. And thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Unfortunately, right now I couldn't tell you when I'll be uploading the next one. I may try to do some small shorts here and there where I can. But for a while, it's till the shutdown's done. Once the shutdown's done, I can go back to a 5-day-a-week schedule instead of a 7-day-a-week schedule. Anyway, I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next one.